I alive? Where am I here? Wait a minute. I can never work this out. Aha, there we are. Welcome, one and all. God bless you. And welcome to today's Temper Report with me, your guest presenter, Jim Dowson. Nice to see you. And I'm mad panics. We're doing a lot of work here today. What's wrong with this hanky? Wait a minute. I need to sort this out as well. This is a disgraceful state. Aye, so there we go. In fact, I had a bit of disaster there. I was trying to buy another one of these clerical shirts. There's no buttons in this, you see. The buttons are at the back. You slip it on over your head. And guess what? The big company in Britain used to do it, Whipple, were bought over by Americans, and they don't do it anymore. So I take it you don't none of your clerics in America got these with no buttons in the front. See, there's no buttons here. So the global warming shrunk this one, so I have to get another one, but you can't get them now. So there we are. There we go. Crazy. Right, nice to see you all. Who's in the room today? Ken Woods there. God bless you, Ken. Nice to see you. Westover 1314. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Christopher Strad. Good. So what we're looking for here, we've got loads of stuff here. Give us a wee update in a minute. Let me see. Let's have a wee look. Where are we? Yes, Westover's here. Yep. Let me see. Got a wee bit in the Psalms today, you see. I like that. I'll wait till a couple more folks in because there's a few more. Ragnar, haven't seen you for a while, Ragnar. How are you keeping? You doing all right? Hope so. I had a terrible disaster today as well. I got up this morning ready to come down to the chapter house. I thought I saw that because I keep a freezer outside. And I thought, where's that water coming from? My freezer had broke down. Yes, my freezer had broke down. So there, about 8 o'clock in the morning, emptying all my freezer out. Got it all emptied out, took all the ice, scraped all the ice, started working again. I thought, that's good. I had to throw some food out. The stuff that was frozen, I put it back in. And I went back off again. So it was a disaster. And with 2 young fellas down here labouring the day, very good. So the whole day has been one of chaotic madness. So I'm a bit dishevelled, to be quite honest with you. But there we are. And a lot of work getting done. My goodness, a lot of work getting done. So nice to see you all. But yeah, we're getting there. I've got some good stuff for you today to show you. Good stuff. A funny thing I seen, somebody sent me a funny meme the other day. I'll show you just for mischief sake. Look. I'm waiting in that coming out of Benjamin Netanyahu's mouth soon. The Pope's got a nuclear weapon. We need to attack. These weapons of mass destruction are great, aren't they? Never seen any yet, have we? We've never seen any. We've never seen any in Iraq. We don't have, it's just everybody's got weapons of mass destruction, and then they don't. Bonkers. But anyway, let's have a wee word of scripture here. Okay, we're going to be reading from the Psalms. We're in Psalm 41, verse 1. Hear ye the Lord. The Psalms are brilliant, you know. Blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive. And he shall be blessed upon the earth, and thou wilt not deliver him unto the will of his enemies. The Lord will strengthen him upon the bed of languishing. Thou wilt make all his bed in his sickness. It's wonderful. Amen. And we know the Lord will bless this, the public reading of his infallible, inspired, and inerrant word. And the people of God said, Amen. But remember that. Blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. So we should always remember the poor, because remember, Jesus told us the poor will always have with us. Afternoon, all terminally ill. Who's terminally ill? You, Ragnar? Is that what you're telling me? You're terminally ill, Jim? What's wrong with you? What's happened to you, brother? Let me know. Although they said I was terminally ill 3 years ago, and I'm still kicking about, so don't panic. Let me know, Ragnar, what's going on here. I'd like to know. Right, let me see. What have we got here? We've got a few things here to show you. So today, we had some deliveries of 2 ton of sand, a ton of cement, and all different bits and pieces. Here's a nice wee picture of me climbing about the thing. Wait a minute, I put this thing on. I've got that one. So there's me directing the crane driver to drop the bags off there, and I shouldn't be underneath that. Actually, that's a bit stupid to be underneath. You don't meant to be underneath these things, but there we are. There we are. So yeah, that's us getting the sand and that. That's all moved now with the 2 lads in. So we moved the 2 ton of sand and the ton of cement. So shifted 3 ton of stuff today and done a power of other work and cleared a couple of rooms out. George is battering into things. Oh, it's incredible. It's all go here. And I don't know if Sammy, I've got the video of the doors because the first door went up. Maybe not a big milestone for some people. It's a massive milestone for me. The first new door went up. Now, it's no stained yet or the fixtures yet, but anyway. What's this? Ragnar, okay, Ragnar. I have cirrhosis. Is that what you say? That cirrhosis, and it must be the liver or something. I don't know what that is. It's a wonder I don't have it. Amount of Drambuie I've took in my life. Anyway, cirrhosis and apparently less than 2 years left. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ragnar. But brother, remember, 3.5 years ago they said I had only months to live. I wouldn't see Easter. And that was it. That was the 31st of December. What's this thing here? That was the 31st of December. And they said you wouldn't see Easter. That was 3.5 years ago. So have faith, brother. Have faith. I've got things popping up here. I don't know what this is. The stuff queuing up here left, right, and centre, and I don't want it. Let me just try and deal with this because I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why is all this popped up my screen. Go away. So I'm sorry to hear that, Ragnar. Ragnar, I don't know what age you are. No, you're from here, aren't you? You're from this part of the world. I'm sorry to hear that. And if you want to phone me and speak to me, you know I'm always here for you. So just let me know. But philosophically speaking, the people say I'm very abrupt. You shut that door, that doggy. Here's the thing. From the minute we're born, we're dying. It's as simple as that. And I remember when I was diagnosed, the nurses were all crying, they're all cuddling me, saying, "Oh, you're such a young man." Young man? There's 58 or something. And I said to the nurse, "Don't worry, it'll be your turn soon enough." And they were like, "What?" We're all going to go the same way. That's the bottom line. We're all going to the same way. And I know it's a big shock, Brother Ragnar. You've just been told. It's a hell of a shock. It really is a big shock to your system. But none of us will live forever. And I don't know what age you are. So what's this? Oh, Douglas. All right. None of us live forever. So just take it one day at a time, my friend, and keep the Lord foremost in your mind. Because like always, we're going to be meeting them soon enough. Some of us sooner rather than later. But if you are over here, Ragnar, here's a bell and I'll nip up and see you, brother. Okay? Nip up and see you. You're more than welcome down here anytime you want. Okay? So keep strong, brother. Keep strong. We've got another wee friend, our brother Misha, in Serbia. He's a very young man. He's in his 30s and he's got lymphatic cancer all over his plate. I need to get over to Serbia to see him. I'm dreading it, but I have to do it. Fighting warrior, man. But you know, these things, these diseases, they strike us down, don't they? And it doesn't matter what size you are, how rich you are, or whatever, they strike you down. What can we do? Life is a travail of tears. I thought that. Ballymoney, I thought you were from Ballymoney, Ragnar, aye. 54, aye, you're a young man. Well, I say that. I mean, we're Ulster Scots. 54 is not that young, to be honest with you. My dad went at 56, my grandfather at 53. But listen, Ragnar, if you want me, I'll pop up Ballymoney, no problem. I got there to lodge meetings anyway. If you want me to pop up and see you, give us a bell and I'll come up and see you. No problem at all. You're welcome down here anytime. But keep praying, brother. Keep praying. The doctors don't know everything. Okay? All right. The longer you live, the sooner you die is an old Irish saying. True enough. True. But sorry to hear that, Ragnar. When it comes to his own, no doubt about it. Right. Let me show you a couple of things here. I want to show you a wee update for the Priory because we've done a lot of things. I don't know what was wrong, and I'm not having to go to anybody, but we really struggled to get that money in for the flooring. I don't know if it's a war or because you're paying $4 a gallon for gas. We're paying $4 a litre. We're paying about $16, $17 a gallon. But I don't know what it was, but we're really struggling. We were really struggling with it. So anyway, the warehouse, our name is good here. The Templar's name is good. You know, nobody thinks we're going to rob them. So they said, look, we need to deliver this before the 1st of May. If we don't deliver it before the 1st of May, it gets checked out at the depot. You're paying the new price. I thought, oh my goodness. I said, well, we're in the pages. Don't worry about it. We'll deliver it. Just pays ASAP, which means probably tomorrow or Monday latest. And I think we're still short. I mean, somebody gave us a very good donation. That was Douglas, what's his name? Wagner. Thank you if you're watching, Douglas. But I think we're still about $500 or $600, no more than that, but $700 or $800 short. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'll go and look and see what we're doing. If I've got a picture somewhere, did I have a picture of me? Where is it? Did I have a picture? Maybe no. I swore blind I had a picture. Wait, I'll get a picture because I know for a fact I've got one. Wait a minute. I know for a fact I had one. I was looking at it. Just bear with me. I was looking at a picture a minute ago. I thought I'd put it up. Oh, put that up. How bizarre. Sammy, you took a picture of me standing with a big lumpy one, didn't you? Yeah. I don't know where it is. Maybe I've put it in a different folder. Wait a minute. I'm getting old. Wait a minute. Downloads. It might be in the downloads. Wait a minute. Downloads. There we are. Some of my pictures are going into one folder and some are going into another folder, and it's caused me no end of confusion because I'm easily confused, as you well know, folks. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, yes, the other day, all this stuff came. Have a look. This dog's pushing at me. This is ridiculous. Get down. You can't be up there. I dare you, above that off. So, this all came. There you go. Look at that. That's something. There's two pallets there. I don't know if you can see the two pallets. There's a pallet behind there, and there's a pallet in front. There's a pallet behind me. Massive. I didn't realise it was this much. But that's so that gold stuff there is the underlay. There you go. There it's there. Look at that. Weird stuff. 5mm rubber. And then the tinfoil. So I just tell you, in an average bedroom upstairs, you've got the floorboards. Then we've got insulation. That tinfoil stuff, that space age insulation. Then we've got 1/2-inch plywood. Okay? Varnished. George insisted it was all varnished. I don't know why. Because there's that gold stuff in the rubber on top of it, and then there's 1/2-inch wood on it. Why I needed to varnish that, I don't know. But anyway, you know George, he does everything like super right. So that was that. And there's the floor itself. Look at that. And that's 1/2-inch thick. And so that's 1/2-inch thick on top of the rubber and insulation on top of the varnished plywood, 1/2-inch thick, on top of the insulation, on top of the floorboards. Some man. But there we are. So, yep, we've got it all in. I'm going to pay them tomorrow or Friday. I won't be paying them tomorrow. So, I don't know what happened, but it was probably it was the most difficult fundraising we've done. I don't know. So, if anybody's out there and suddenly the numbers have come up, I think we're about between 600 and 800 short. So, anybody can help us, please feel free. Anyway, what are we looking for? John Kopasaki says, good morning, everyone. Christ has risen. He has indeed, Johnny has indeed. Oh, sorry, I've got myself on screen here. Let me get off here. And by the way, I'm not just doing that shot as an action shot. I actually, me and Sammy handballed all of them in. And it's 2.5 tons of flooring. Not very pleasant. And they arrived first thing in the morning with no warning. And I phoned them up. So why are these here? So we had to get them out before the price goes up. So you've got them. I thought, right, thanks very much. You should have told me 8:30 in the morning. I don't need to be shifting 2.5 ton of stuff. Not at my age, but they did. So there we go. So let me show you this wee clip of the update. Okay, folks, here's a wee update. Okay. So here we are. If I can work it. Let me see. Here we go. They're really heavy. You've got to put intumescent strips behind the hinge. I'll show you in a minute. It's crazy. This is the wee example of the floor. So we've put down the 1/2-inch ply, and then we've got this 1/2-inch stuff to go down. There's insulation goes in between there, and under what do you call that? Underlay. It's a 5mm rubber underlay with gold foil. So that goes between the plywood and this. So it raises the whole floor up 1 inch. But it's pretty nice, isn't it? I like it. It's nice. Okay, so let's see this door. There you go, George has got the door up. That's the first door going up in the house. First door. We've been doing this, it took us 1.5 years to get to this stage, but that's the first door going up in the house. It's excellent. So I'll show you. George is just, I was going to video earlier than I was to do stuff, but anyway. So George is into router all this out, right along the top, all the way down. Oh, that's all routed out. That's an intumescent fire strip. If you come round here, you'll see it on this side. So the whole door has to be routed. Is the bottom routed now? No, you don't route at the bottom. So that's all routed. So George is the router all this door out, put the hinges on, but again, these hinges have got intumescent fireproof strips behind the hinges. What a load of old nonsense. I can't imagine how your hinges are going to go on fire. What?
It's weird.
It's just bonkers, isn't it? But anyway, so not only have we got ball bearing hinges, which are expensive, then we've got to put intumescent strips behind it, so it's behind there and behind here. It's crazy, and there's 3 sets of these on each door. And these are ball bearing hinges because of the sheer weight of that door. But let's have a look, let me show it. This is the first time I've been shutting the door in here since we started. Oh, yeah. Shut it, Sammy. Oh, yes, very nice. Oh, you've no idea. It doesn't sound a lot, but a year and a half we've ripped this house literally apart. That's the first door going up. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. Brilliant. But this door's going to be done like the church door. You know, the Gothic bars on it, the stripes, maybe the bolts. So it's all going to stained dark. It's all going to be done like that. But these are massive doors. These weigh about, I don't know, 50 kilos or something each door. What do you think they weigh, George, these doors? About 50 kilos? 40 kilos? I don't know. Pounds? What do you think? I don't know. I'd say they're about 40 doors anyway. They're big solid doors, about 40 kilos. But with the hinges on them like that, they're very easy to operate. Beautiful, isn't it? So I've still got to get the architraves round it and a lot of work still to be done. But that's the first door up, and as I say, a lot of work routed all this and putting the hinges in and putting the strips behind it. A lot of work. But it is what it is, folks. So, with the flooring, I'll just get back into this flooring here. This flooring here, this is the sample of the flooring. And, you know, but the thing is, we've got this booked. We need to get it, and today, if you'll be watching this on Thursday, this is the last day, and I'm going to say we've not had a great response. We're about $1,200 short of getting our order in, and we've only got today. Tomorrow the price goes up, 1st of May, price goes up. So really up against it now. So if anybody's watching this and can help us out, please help us out ASAP, because we need this done. The price goes up and then it's adding another $1,000 on it, or £1,000, $1,300. Don't like that idea. So if you can help us out, please do. But it's a great leap forward just to see that first door up. I'll come in here. To see that first door up might not be a big milestone to you, but it certainly is to me, and it's marvellous. A lot of work still to be done, but at least now we're getting there. Considering the way this was, we've done all the walls, we've done all the plastering, we've done all the skimming, it's got to be skimmed twice. The sheer volume of work is incredible, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and I want to thank everybody who's contributed to this, everybody who's stuck by us, everybody who's had faith in us. It means a lot to me personally, and the order in general. We're getting there, folks. We're beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel, but we've still got a bit to go. But if you can, the first thing, the emergency thing now is getting that flooring secured, and today's the day. So if you can help us out, please do so, and I'll give you another update next week. But until then, remember, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Aha, there we are. And that door now, thanks, John. I'll put a link up in a wee minute, because I don't have any. Oh, Ewan's in. I don't know. Ewan, have you got a link to the floor? Have you got a link to the stuff? I don't know. If you haven't, I'll try and find one. Yeah. All these mad regulations now, because it's not a domestic house, people are going to be staying there, so you've got to have all the fire regulations done. So those solid doors, George has got a router, a half-inch strip, half-inch wide, half-inch deep, all the way around 3 edges of the door, and then put the intumescent strip in. And what we didn't have there, we have now. Each door's fitted with a spring loader, so that the door has got to, by law, shut itself. So if you go and leave the door open, boom, it closes over. Fire regulations, all the doors have got to be like that. And there's about 17 doors in this house. Toilet doors don't have to be like that. But every door leading out into a corridor or a common area has all got to be done like that. Unbelievable. But, do you know, it's just the way it is. There's nothing we can do about it. But George's doing a great job at it. And those doors, we got a great deal with those doors. We just saved thousands and thousands of pounds on those doors. And they're solid. They're so heavy. It's unbelievable. So that's the first door up. Because we'll get Mitch and Sherry coming, so that's going to be their bedroom. At least they've got a varnished floor now. I don't think we'll get the flooring down in time. But we'll see what happens. But it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see the progress, folks. It really is. It's fantastic. And thank God. But it's a nice bit of flooring. Look at that flooring. It's absolutely stunning. Really beautiful. I hope you agree. I would have preferred it darker, but this was a special deal. To get the darker stuff, I mean, I think all in we're paying for the underlay and that about $4,000. To get the darker stuff you're talking about would have been about $9,000. So we'll live with the light stuff. They only had the deal on that. They only had the deal on the light stuff, didn't have the deal on the dark stuff. It would have been $9,000. There's 130 metres there. It's a lot of stuff. So there we are. Right, let's move on. Let's see what we've got here for people to see this. Let me have a look. What am I looking at here? Yes, yesterday was an incident in London where some British citizen. Did you see that? Did you see that yesterday? Did you see that stabbing in London yesterday? Oh, a British citizen stabbed 2 Jews in Golders Green. Golders Green is like Yonkers or Brooklyn or some Jew area in London. Oh, British citizen. I looked at him. I thought, he doesn't look British to me. He's a Somalian who came here when he was a kid. But he's not British. A British, and the police and the newspapers. Oh, he was British. A British guy done it. British guy done it. He's as black as my. He's as black as that dog. That's he's as black as your boots. And he's a mad, crazy Somalian Muslim. And these Somalis are vicious, you know. Oh, they're always stabbing. Remember the film Black Hawk Down? Would they call them the skinnies? The Americans call them the skinnies. Well, this guy, wasn't he? He was the fattest Somalian I've ever seen. He's obviously been living here too long. Send him back. Big fat guy. Stabbing folk in the throat and everything. Anyway, our police have no guns. So they had to try and tackle him. Then he was chasing the police. It was like a comedy. The police are chasing the police about. They had to jump him and taser him. And then they were booting his head and everything, trying to get him subdued. But it's been classed. It's a terror incident. So there we are. I know the government says, well, this is terrible. Not only do they give them a few million quid the other week because the ambulances were burnt out, their own private ambulance service, which we don't have in this country, but they do. The government's just announced this morning they're going to give the Jews £25 million for more protection. £28 million. That's about $40 million in London for more protection. I don't understand it. And do you know what annoys me? Even the right-wing news channels, they're not right-wing, they're owned by Zionists in America. GB News, which I think stands for Gay Boy News, they're saying, and this is incredible. And there's a guy on there called Jacob Rees-Mogg, who's a devout Latin Mass Catholic, who should know better. He's saying, why has anti-Semitism risen so much in Britain since October the 7th? You would think the Jews would be getting sympathy. It's because they killed 70,000 women and children in Gaza. That's why anti-Semitism, anti-Judaism is rising in this country. People are appalled and outraged that they would massacre 70,000 defenseless women and children. That's why it's rising. But they don't mention it. I mean, after the 7th of October, do you think the Jewish people will be getting sympathy, not hatred? They got sympathy for the 7th of October, but that goodwill was completely destroyed by the massacre and the genocide they committed in Gaza. But not even the right-wing folk will mention that. So always follow the money. It's outrageous. Outrageous. So anyway, I've got a wee video of them capturing this crackpot. Let's have a look. Here we are. Get it? More units.
תראה מה זה, הם לא יודעים להתמודד עם בן אדם! תפילו אותו! Kill him! Ben Thomas, kill him! Back! ראית? אמרתי לכם You're under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder. Should have to serve the day on expensive still mentioned. We question something we should have by the court.
And the guys with the brown trousers, that was the Jewish private security that they're allowed to have in London that nobody else is allowed. Anyway, they got the guy. Thanks, John. John's just donated. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. But I mean, this is nonsense. Our policemen need to have guns. I mean, imagine that guy's chasing the police about with a wee, it's only a wee knife, only a wee daft knife. In America, there's been bang, 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 bang. Well, in America, there'd been bang, bang, bang. A lot of bangs. There'd about 30 bullets in them and they'd be gone. And rightly so. Our policemen need to be armed. All the Muslims, all the jihadis are armed. Why is our policemen not armed? Ridiculous. In Northern Ireland, our policemen are armed. They've all got Glocks now. They used to have Ruger 357 Magnums. Fantastic weapon. I had one myself at some point, allegedly. But yeah, they need guns. If you'd done that in Northern Ireland, the police would shoot you, they'd blow you away. And if you'd done it in America, well, we would shoot you maybe twice. In America, you'd be shot about 35 times before you hit the ground. And then you'd be shot another 10 times just in case. Yes. Nick Griffin's in here. He says, meanwhile, Indigenous Brits community security patrols only get abuse from the press. No taxpayers' money for our folk. No. Our guy, the guys we're helping in Manchester, you know, our street patrol guys, oh, they're getting writ up about in the paper every week. Vigilantism. Oh, thugs, hooligans. You've seen them. They're nice people and they're well respected in the community and they're not thugs at all. But our guys get nothing but abuse, dogs abuse. But these guys get 28 million from the government. And it's not their community. It's not the Jewish community. It's like a million women raped and hundreds of young teenage white boys stabbed to death. Hundreds. Not dozens. Hundreds. Where's our 28 million quid? Where's our protection? Where's our private security? No. Doesn't it work like that, does it? Ken Wood. You make me laugh, Ken. Do you know Ken Woods? He's coming back. It's probably the third time Ken Wood's been here. Ken, you're going to have to get a British passport. The King's over there. Have a word to him. Have a word to him and tell me, shut up, man. Shut up. Stop talking politics. It's not your job. I'm going to show you that in a minute as well, because that's infuriating me, no end. But that's it. That's what's been going on. That's what's been going on. Now, the difference when a society doesn't have guns is quite stark. Now, in South Africa, whites have been slaughtered left, right, and centre, but they've got guns. So that's the only reason there's any of them alive. Here's a wee clip for last week when hundreds and hundreds of black hordes were rampaging about trying to murder whites and steal stuff, and the whites took a stand against them. God bless them. Ken Wood's still waiting his Irish passport. Have a look at this. This is from South Africa. God bless these folk and keep them in your prayers.
Don't waste your ammo.
Yeah, stop.
Let them come.
Okay, let's go.
Daniel. Ja, dit. Oh, went too hard.
Yeah, guys, no time to play here. We're gonna do what we have to do.
Where's John with the shotgun?
That's the Boers, the Afrikaans. Let me tell you something. They're tough boys. You see the crowd they're up against. Some of them will be armed as well. Make no mistake about it. If they get you, they're going to chop you into. They're going to be chopped liver if they get you. But we had terrible trouble. The British had terrible trouble beating the Boers. The Boers can fight. They can fight. And they're Calvinists. They're that dogged. They're a bit like Ulstermen. You know, they're really determined people. And you can tell by the voices there, you know, we have a job to do here. We'll do what we need to do. God help them. I mean, seriously, God help them in that place. Aye, birdshot. Aye, exactly. It was just birdshot the fire and that. Of course, in the old days, when South Africa was run by our people, that would have been, there'd have been firing AK-47s and Galil rifles and probably G3s and all the rest of it. They'd have cleared that crowd out rather quickly. But nowadays, you've got to be a wee bit more gentle, so they'll just fire birdshot at them. But I wouldn't like to. My cousin lived there for 25 years, had to come home. He was walking about around his pool with an AK-47 strapped to him with his kids. Who wants to live like that, you know? So there we are. Desperate stuff. Anyway, moving on to this, man. Now, I am a proud British person and, you know, I'm a royalist for various reasons. But the main reason, because I'm a Presbyterian by nature and we are Republicans. That's why America's a Republican place. We are Presbyterians and we don't like kings. No king but Christ, okay? And the only reason Presbyterians in this country support the monarchy is because there was the English need a monarch. The English are funny. We could do without one, but the English need one for some reason. And there was a lot of trouble. And with the Civil War, there was a massive, massive death toll in England with the Civil War. and Cromwell took over, and then he died, and then they brought the king's son back again, and it was a nightmare. Then we know another sort of mini civil war, then with the Glorious Revolution. It was just a nightmare. So we decided, look, we'll have a king. As long as he swears to uphold the Protestant Reformed faith, we can deal with it. And as long as he doesn't say anything about politics, Parliament is sovereign in this country, not royalty. Parliament's sovereign. The king must say nothing. He's like the Speaker. We have the Speaker of the House of Commons. And remember when the king stormed the Commons in 1640s, he asked where some people were because he was going to arrest them. And he said, I have neither ears to hear, eyes to see, or tongue to speak, other than this house gives me leave. And the same with the king. The king has got no right to say anything other than we give him a piece of paper from our elected parliament to say, that's it. That's the deal. That's the deal. If he breaks that deal, then he's no longer our support. In fact, not only that, then we are duty-bound as Presbyterians to try and get rid of him. And the last time we did that, we chopped his head off. That was Charles I. Charles II's not really learning from that, and he's going down the same route. Anyway, here he is in America the other day, trying to goad America into fighting Russia. What's wrong with this guy? Anyway, have a look. And by the way, if King Charles wants to fight Russia, King Charles has got a uniform for every branch of the armed services in Britain. So he can put on his naval uniform, he can put on his soldier uniform, his paratroop regiment uniform, he can put on any uniform he likes. And I'm sure Donald Trump could arrange for him to be dropped off at one of the American bases in the Middle East, and he can do all the fighting he likes. If the King of Jordan could do it, surely the King of Britain can do it. Have a look. This is outrageous.
The immediate aftermath of 9/11, when NATO invoked Article 5 for the first time, and the United Nations Security Council was united in the face of terror, we answered the call together, as our people have done so for more than a century, shoulder to shoulder, through 2 world wars, the Cold War, Afghanistan, and moments that have defined our shared security. Today, Mr. Speaker, that same unyielding resolve is needed for the defense of Ukraine and her most courageous people.
That wasn't as long as I thought it was. Wait a minute, I'm just getting a name down there. Yelland. Yelland. Okay, so I've got some people to thank. Well, there we are. I mean, you probably don't get this in America because you don't have a king. But we tend, well, in modern terms, millions of people died in that English Civil War. It wasn't an English Civil War, it was a whole British Civil War. And it staggered on for almost 50 years because we got rid of the king, then his son come back, then with the killing times, then with the Glorious Revolution, and with all the fighting in Ireland, and the Battle of the Boyne, and blah, 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 blah. So it really is outrageous that this king has forgot his place. He has no mouth to speak, eyes to see, or ears to hear, other than the people give him leave to do so. That's it. Because they can stand back and say, well, the Abortion Act, it's got to be signed off by royal assent, but it's the will of the people. So people say, why did the Queen refuse to sign it? Because that would be an act of treason against the people. We decided we wanted abortion. She's got no right to stop it. So because they're not allowed to go against us, we just go, oh, fair enough. But when you start this carry on, when the king starts making proclamations like that, oh, that's crossing the line. That puts him in that's fair game then. That's him part of the political world where we can have a go at him. This is not good. This is outrageous. And how dare he go to America and start babbling on about Ukraine? It's a neo-Nazi hellhole. It's ridiculous. And trying to prompt America, you'll get ready for the fight. We know the fight's we know the war is a proxy war between the West backing Ukraine and the West backing Ukraine, that includes America, against Russia who are fighting them. So we know that. It's a proxy war. But to actually put us in the frame of mind, which some people are in Europe, that we have to go and fight Russia. 2 things here, my friends. 2 things. Britain could not fight an invasion by the Boys Brigade. If the Boy Scouts attacked Britain, we'd be finished. We have about 70,000 active military people. That's it. We have ships. The last destroyer ship we had launched in Glasgow was so behind schedule that when they launched it, the paint listen to me, that they paint the windows on. I'm not joking you. Mr. Griffin, maybe I testify to this, that they paint the windows on it. There's no windows on a battleship, that they paint them on. You have no idea how bad it is. So any talk about fighting Russia is completely insane. Even if all of Europe joined together to fight Russia, they would mangle us in about a week. It wouldn't be good. It just wouldn't be good. And, you know, you think, oh, well, they're getting beaten Ukraine. The Russians are not getting beaten Ukraine. And they're not. You think about Ukraine, you think about Kiev, and you think about Beirut. The Russians aren't launching massive rocket missile attacks on top of Kiev and anything like that. Russia could launch 10,000 ballistic missiles tonight. 10,000. Easy peasy. 10,000 ballistic missiles could hit the main cities in Ukraine tonight, and that's it. It's all over. They haven't done that. But if they were fighting for their survival, I mean, Ukraine has no chance of beating Russia. But if the whole of Europe went against Russia, they were fighting for their survival, there wouldn't be a city left in Europe. It'd be flattened within 24 hours. So this talk about fighting Russia is lunacy, madness, complete madness. Nobody's going to be fighting Russia. It's madness. It turns out American Democrats will stand up for a king after all. Of course. All the lefties, all the liberals who hate imperialism, they're all, oh, that's our king. He's our king. Donald Trump's not our president. Donald Trump's not my president, but King Charles is my king. He did crack a few jokes. Did you hear that when he said to Donald Trump about remodeling the White House so he could build his ballroom? And he says, yes, in 1815, we had a go at remodeling the White House. That's when they burnt it. And that's why it's called the White House. They painted it to cover all that up. The British burnt it down, seemingly in 1815 for some bizarre reason. But there we are. Thanks. I need to thank folk. Paul Telford, thank you very much. Thank you to John Kopasaki, Troy Otto, Ken Wood, and Frank Yelland. Thank you, folks. God bless you. I really appreciate that. I think the job's nearly done now. That's great. Thank you very much indeed. But isn't it strange? All the lefties all love King Charles now, don't they? Oh, they're all about the wee Union Jack flags and oh, God save. God bless them. They'll all be doing that. What a nonsense. But anyway, he's stepping over the line. It's a dangerous position for a king to put himself in. So, anyway, what else have we got here? Yes, I dug this out from another day, and I think it's very, very good. Well, there's a serious thing first. Let me put this up. This is a thing that went up the other day, folks. I'm going to talk about romance. Yes. No, a thing that's normally associated with my good self, but a lot of women have been putting stuff up saying, and it's good, there's a massive thing now on social media, women saying, don't have sex before marriage, get married young, have a lot of kids, and be a traditional wife. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. We've been trying, me and Mr. Griffin and Jerry Franson, me and Mr. Griffin have been at this 20, 30 years. Jerry's been at it the last 15, 20 years. We have been pushing this message, and it was a very closed door. Now the doors begin to open. So thank you. It's really important. But you see, they say, the women are putting this out now saying, well, women are different from men, because when women have sex with men, there's something fundamentally changes, and there's an emotional attachment there. So if you break up with somebody you're having sex with, the pain is like a death. Well, I've got news for a woman. It's not just women that feel like that. Men also suffer like that. It's just we don't wear our heart on our sleeve, and it's not acceptable. Well, it used to be not acceptable for men to be moping about and all that. But it's a fact. I've studied up on this. I've studied up on it. It's all to do with DNA. It's all to do with genetics. It's all to do with bodily functions and all that. I don't want to get into it. It's a wee bit too much. But there's certain changes happen in your body when two people become one. And those changes are not just mental. Those changes are physical. So you can actually become addicted to somebody through this. Yeah, and that often gets mixed up with love. That's how a lot of girls end up with rat bag guys. They think it's love. It's not. It's an addiction. But anyway, sometimes it's real love. And people are saying, well, you know, when it breaks up, it's really heartbreaking. And a woman here sort of shares her journey. Have a wee look.
And then I'll leave without a trace. Come on, don't leave me. It can't be that easy, babe. If you believe me, I guess I'll get on.
So there we are. You know, but the only issue here is even the good women, they're pushing this affects women more than men. I don't think it does. It's just that men are brought up different, and we're built different. So women find it very difficult to hide their emotions. They just come pouring out of them. That's why they shouldn't be in power. That's why they shouldn't be running anything, because they really do lack a lot of ability to hide their emotions. Men can go to work the next day, somebody dies, or their wife walks out on them. They'll be at work the next day. They'll just carry on. You all right? Yep. Be a bit quiet and all that, and things like that. But in privacy, I mean, nowadays there's this thing now where men just open up. I remember Paul Golding, who runs Britain First. He was sitting in the car with me once, years ago. And he was on the phone to somebody, and he's saying, "Oh, and he broke. Oh, and do you love her? And does she love you? And how do you feel? And oh my goodness, and how you cope with that?" And I'm like, I'm driving. I'm saying, "Who is that? Who is that? Are you speaking to a girl on that phone?" Men shouldn't be speaking like that. Period. But speaking to a girl like that would be creepy enough. But he says, "No, it's my big mate." I says, "What?" And I grabbed his phone. I says, "It's ridiculous. What are you doing speaking like this? Men don't do this. We this, we have to share things. No, we don't need to share things. Oh, just get it out in the open. No, don't get it out in the open. No, don't. Keep it to yourself. We don't want to know. Keep it to yourself. It's ridiculous." Now, when I was a young man and a wee bit more romantically involved in the ladies and all that stuff, yes, I had a few girlfriends who told me to get stuffed. I wonder why. Lucky escape they had, didn't they? But the way to deal with that, if you're a hillbilly like me, would be you creep away into your room and you listen to Patsy Cline records to the wee small hours, drinking whiskey and feeling right and sorry for yourself, and maybe going out in the garden and howling at the moon. That's how it was always done. And we have a saying in Ireland, if somebody's really depressed and upset like that, he's took to his bed. Where is he? Where's Dowson went? Young Dowson back in the day. Where's young Dowson went? Oh, his girlfriend jilted him. He's took to his bed. You would take to your bed for a cup of teas. Crazy, I'm crazy. All that stuff. You listen to slushy, sentimental records and drink far too much whiskey. And then a few days, a few weeks, whatever, you're over it. So it doesn't just affect women. It's just men are a wee bit better at hiding it. It affects everybody. And if anybody's ever been in love and been jilted or unrequited love, you'll know exactly what I mean. But it's good that people are now talking about this. It's good that young people are now saying, don't do it. Get married, have children, have a nuclear family. That's brilliant. That is really good. And that's so encouraging. And I've got to say, I don't think that the Templars are without praise on this, because we've been pushing this for over 20 years, big time. And it's now becoming a thing. So thank you for everybody who has helped us over the years and allowed us to push this. Yeah, heartstrings like a chain. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? But it is nothing worse. I mean, it's like if anybody's ever had their heart broke, let me tell you, been a while, but it really is horrific. It's like a death. It's like a mourning process. Seriously. And then it's like, when a dog dies, oh my God. Well, I've got to say, when a dog dies, maybe worse. But no, when a dog dies, it's tough. It's really tough, hard. Your heart's ripped in two. Then people say, I've never got another dog again. Listen, let me tell you something. Uncle Jim will advise you some here. Unless you've had your heart broke, unless you've been in the depths of despair and misery, you'll never truly know what happiness is. You've got to go through these things as a human being. Despair, hopelessness, absolute misery, pain, heart pain that it's that bad that it hurts you. You can hardly function. But the sun will shine tomorrow again. Believe me, it does. So people who have lose dogs and lose girlfriends or lose boyfriends, get another one. That'll be all right. So there you go. That's me. That's my Dr. Phil moment. Yeah, but it's good. Things are going in the right direction in a small way. So now in this country, we're in a lot of trouble here. Where been saying recently that I've took a right umbrage against football fans, right? People have been giving me a lot of grief because I've said, what a load of nonsense, all these men shouting and bawling and fighting each other. It's not even real fighting, it's silliness, slapping each other like daft girls. But where are all these big tough hooligans and the ones that all go to Tommy rally? Oh, Tommy! Listen, that was good, down. It sounded just like one of them. I need a can of beer, man. I need a can of beer. Cheap lager. Oh, Tommy! With an England flag tied around my neck and an Israeli flag. Where are they when the Muslims are rampaging? I'll tell you where. Nowhere. Because these guys aren't tough. They're not manly. They're just loudmouth yahoos, as we call them. My father would call them loudmouth yahoos. Because when the Muslims turn out, the last time all the right-wing people were out in the streets, the Muslims said, oh, we're not having this. And they come out to defend their areas. And this is what they look like, comparing it to our pot-bellied, middle-aged, bald, drunk, half-wits who pretend to be right-wing warriors. Warriors, they couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding. But look at this mob, a wee bit different. So they were told the right wing were going to march in their town. Remember all the riots we had last year? And they say, no, they're not. Now, just as well, the right wing guys didn't march into that part of the town because they wouldn't have got out alive. They would have made mincemeat of them because our guys are nearly all my age, in their 50s, late 50s or mid-50s, pot-bellied, bald heads, never served a day in a uniform in their life, drunk out their minds on cheap, nasty European lager and shouting and bawling about Tommy Robinson. If they'd have went into that town with them boys, they boys would have eaten them for breakfast. And this is the problem. And guys still think they're tough at football. I mean, the amount of abuse I've got, because I've just said, where's all these football hooligans? Where are they? All these fighting men. Where are they? So in Ireland, there's a thing called fighting men. Now, there's only certain people, maybe in a town, you only get 2 or 3 fighting men in every town. These are like wild men who fight, and they'll fight anybody and anything at any time for any reason or none. These people portray themselves as fighting men, but they're not. They're not fighting men at all. See you later. They're not fighting men at all. They're just loudmouth drunks. And the Muslims have got these guys to defend their areas. We're dependent on these idiots, these morons, these uneducated, drunken buffoons pretending to be right-wing heroes. So I've had a lot of hassle over it. A lot of people criticise me. But anyway, sometimes you got to... It's like a boil. See if you ever got a boil in your backside. It's a horrible thing. And sometimes you've got to lance it, you stick a pin in it and get the pus out. Very sore and it's not very nice. But once the pus is out, you feel a lot better. So criticising these fat, bald, drunken buffoons, if they're shouting and bawling at me, good. That means I've hit them. That means I'm over the target if I'm getting flack for it. And I'll maybe go and think about this. Yeah, I need to sort my life out. And if I'm going to be a fighting guy, get down the gym. Get yourself in shape to be a fighting guy. And then go and do some fighting. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let me see what we've got here. We've been doing a lot of these AI things recently. They're very good. What's that? This is an old video that I got here. But do you remember that girl that was in a church that's now it's an abandoned church? I think it's in some place in Anatolia, Turkey or something. It's abandoned. It's a Muslim area now. Or part of Azerbaijan. One of them places anyway. And this girl goes in and starts singing in it. I just seen it again. I hadn't seen it for years. And I seen it the other day and I thought, wow, that really touches my soul. It really does. I don't know if any of you remember it, or maybe some of you have never seen it before, but just to be listening to this, is this not the voice of an angel or what?
So
What do you think of that? Was she Orthodox? I know that was I think that was an Orthodox church. Is she Orthodox? John Kopasaki tells us Orthodox, Sammy. Oh, maybe a Byzantine. I know what you mean, a Greek Catholic or something. I don't know. Don't know what she was singing. Maybe Ewan knows. I don't know what the girl was singing, but it was beautiful anyway. Whatever it was, beautiful. Really, really beautiful. It's truly beautiful. You know, you compare that with any of your Hillsound nonsense. That was an Orthodox church. Is that no beautiful, John? It's just that's what I used to like when I was in Serbia. I would go to the Orthodox church. There's two. There's John. You'll know. I don't know if you know, but there's in Serbia, they've got not an Orthodox, all gold everywhere, and people behind the screen. I used to go there in the morning. It'd be nice, sit there, and it was lovely. Well, there's only a couple of chairs for old folk. I used to grab one. And then there's another one, St. Basil's, which is a big, stark church. It's like one of my churches, like Calvinist church, which is stark. There's nothing in it. There's one icon, that was it, in the middle of the floor. But it was bare walls, and it was really stark. Because they've got a kind of very puritanical, almost Augustinian version of Orthodoxy. I don't know if maybe Sammy knows what it is. I don't know. It's a very strict, stripped back bare. It's almost like Calvinism. So they've got the two things running parallel in Serbia. One is very austere, very little gold or frills or anything like that. And then the other one is normal Orthodox. I used to go to both of those churches, and I really loved the singing. The singing was just unbelievable. Far better than anything you're hearing in an evangelical church these days, I can tell you that. Or maybe ever. Anyway, moving on, because we need to hurry up here. Irish protest. Let me show you. Well, the Irish are still out protesting, which is great news. Don't worry about coming here. There's no problem, but they're out protesting. And, you know, people are just fed up. They've had enough. They've had enough of being treated like second-class citizens. 30% of every single person walking about the Republic of Ireland right now is foreign. 30%. And here's another bad thing is, love the acoustics. Yes, Ken. St. Sava's Church in Belgrade is beautiful. I've been in it. It's unbelievable. I was there and they were doing all the gold stuff in it. Yes, me and Nick were there years ago. We get a special visitation there. But yeah, we were looking at the figures. And, you know, if you punch in UK birth statistics 2024, it comes up. The birth rate in Britain, UK, is 1.4. And if you ask it the question, could you tell us the indigenous white birth rate? They'll still come up. British birth rate is 1.4. So only when you delve into the figures, 1.4 is the birth rate of the United Kingdom, but only 53% of the children born are born to white English mothers. There you go. 30% are born to foreign mothers. So last year there was 700,000 babies born in this country. Only 360,000 were English. 350,000 were foreign. Yet when I was born in 1964, there was 1,980,000, 1 million people born my age in 1964. Now I've got 350,000 English born. But 500,000 English die and 500,000 English leave the country. That's 1 million leave and only 300,000 are coming in. So we're losing net 700,000 people per year. And the latest statistics that were released this week are saying that we will now get in the next 7 years, 8,000 immigrants legally coming to this country. So we will lose 7 million, but 8 million new ones will come in. You understand that's going to flip everything? Listen, we're heading to war and that's it. There's nothing anybody can do to fix this mess. What's this? My sermon's popped up again. Don't know why it does it. There's nothing we can do to stop this, and I hope you understand that. I mean, you're talking about in 10 or 15 years' time, we will be in a minority. But even right now, if you looked at maybe under 16-year-olds, we're probably in a minority now. That's how bad it is. So there's no cure, only war. God help us. Anyway, right, quickly winding up here. I think I've got that king thing. That's annoying me, that king. Yes, there's a lot of stuff coming out the new AI stuff, and some of it's really, really good. I won't play it all because it's about 4 minutes. I'll just play a wee bit. But here's the latest one that I think Ewan's digging these up, and one of the other fellas. They're really good. But what do you think of this one?
subsilentio noctis peccata nostra clamat, sanguis in terra cadit, vox mortuorum manet, in fide et in dolore anima nostra arde. Odi nos Domine, ex abyssis vocamus. Miserere nobis Domine, in umbra crucis manemus, per ignem et sanguinem redime animas nostras. Miserere nobis Domine, ne delinquas nos in nos.
I thought it was great. Ken Woods liked it. If he likes it, it's good enough for me. But look, we're pumping a lot of this stuff out now because it's up to us to radicalise. I make no bones about it. We have to radicalise our people because it's all over. I just told you the birth rates and all that. It's over. It's done. America's about 15 years behind us. You're the same. We need to have a new generation of people coming up here fanatically Christian. I don't care if you're fanatically Orthodox, fanatically Roman Catholic, or fanatically Protestant. I don't care. I don't care. As long as you're fanatic. Because our sons and grandsons are going to be like that. Well, they won't have steel helmets on. They'll have the Kevlar helmets on, and they'll be carrying modern rifles. But they might still be carrying the cross of the Templars on their bulletproof vests. But that's what's in store for our people. That's what's coming. That's why we exist. Make no mistake about it. Yes, it's great building this place and doing this and doing that. We're putting new wooden flooring down. Oh, it's all very domestic. But this is for a purpose. This is going to be a beachhead. This could be the last outpost in Western Europe because we're out here in Ireland. This will be the place where English people and Scottish people and Welsh people can flee to. This will be the bastion of resistance, like Asturias. When the Muslims swept over Spain for 800 years, they held the people of Spain in captivity and subjugation. And only a remnant, a few 100,000 people, Catholic people, away up in the top of Spain, way up in the very corner up in Asturias, remained faithful and vowed never to bow before Islam. And 800 years it took them, but they eventually took the whole country back from one of the most powerful Muslim rulers and armies the world had ever seen. And it's going to be the same in Europe, and that's what we are putting down roots now. So when you give money to these flooring things and doors and that, yes, it's great, and I appreciate it, and I love it, you know that. But don't think this is giving money to put a floor down. You are building the future of our resistance. And what we do now will ring and echo down through the ages. And people in 50 or 100 years, won't even be 50 years, will be sitting in here. We'll all be gone. The men will be sitting in here in uniform, clearing their weapons and thinking, thank God there was people, that our fathers and grandfathers had the foresight to build a compound like this. Thank God. And may we have more of them. So don't forget what you're involved in and what this is all about. Okay? God bless you. Kiri Ellison Ensemble, organ, the first ever. So that's beautiful, isn't it? Excellent. Scott Phillips, he knows his stuff. Right, I'm going to leave you with a song that is going to remind everybody of your trip to Ireland very soon. It's the last song we always sing up in the Irish pub. You know this, Ken, because you've been at more ceremonies than I've been, I think. You'll know this song. It's the one we sing as we're all departing for the evening after we've had a few Guinnesses and a few Irish whiskies and some Jamesons and some John Powers and things like that and some sandwiches and some sausage rolls and various things. Sammy occasionally well, he said to me the last time he was food poisoned. Food poisoned, really. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this. Wild Mountain Time by the Corries, a famous Scottish folk band. And this is the song we always finish the night in the Irish pub with. So I hope you remember it. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you look forward, those who are coming here, to come here. We are busily getting the place ready for you. Can't wait to see you. I really can't. It's just the highlight of my year to see the brethren arriving here in the old country, connecting not just with the order, but connecting with our ancient Celtic roots. Because who's not got Irish in them? Who's not got Irish or Scots or Ulster Scots or something in them? That's the way it is. So listen to this song. Hope it brings back memories, and I hope it's going to make new memories for those who haven't been before. So I'm going to leave you with this. And until we meet again, I should be here on Sunday. The good Lord preserves me. Remember, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Do us fault.
Oh, the summer time has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming. The wild mountain thyme grows around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to full wild mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon cool crystal fountain. Around it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to full wild mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will range through the wilds and the deep glens of Priory, and return with the spoils to the bower, oh my dearie. Will you go, lassie, go? You know, and we'll all go together to a wild mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? If my true love, she won't come, then I'll surely find another to full wild mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? On your own. And we'll all go together in the wild mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Once more. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Ah, fantastic.